Yes, very good evening. And today, on this evening, Social Development Federation is going to celebrate the our eminent person in field of library. That is the 130th birth anniversary of Padma Shri Dr. S.R. Ranganathan. He is also the father of library. So today we are going to celebrate the National Librarians Day on his birth anniversary. That is the great occasion, great moment for us. And Social Development Federation is also express gratitude on the birth anniversary of Dr. S.R. Ranganathan sir. So in this program today, our two eminent speaker, one is the chief guest, Dr. Arvind K. Sarma sir, and another Dr. Lily SEIFI madam. So for welcome address, I invite Mr. BP Singh, program coordinator, for welcome address. Sir, please. VP Singh sir, if you are audible, please. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, sir. On the occasion of 130 birth anniversary of Dr. Padma Shri S.R. Ranganathan, we are celebrate the National Librarian Day. In this occasion, we have organized a virtual program to tribute the to celebrate the anniversary of Dr. Ranganathan and the Librarian Day. In this occasion, we have invited two speakers, Professor Arvind Kumar Sharma as a chief guest of the program. Professor, just 1 minute. Dr. Arvind Kumar Sharma is presently teaching as a professor in Department of Postgraduate Study and Research Center in Library and Information Science, Maharani Lakshmi Bai Arts and Commerce College, Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh, India. He has completed 3 research projects. He has already published over 50 research articles in journals, conference proceedings, besides his 6 books. He has supervised the 6 PhD degree awarded under his supervision, and his contribution as a translator and author of reading material for BLUSC Bachelor of Library Science and Master of Library Science. Also, MPhil in Library Science. She is significant. Associated as paper coordinator for the paper library use and user study, for the library and information science, for EPG Pathshala funded by MHRD, Government of India, under its national mission on education through ICT. Contributed module in EPG Pathshala, a gateway to all postgraduate courses in Film Night, UGC, and MHRD project under its NMEICT. Professor Sharma visited many countries and deliver so many lectures on the conference and training programs through hybrid mode, also physical and virtual mode. Now I request to Professor Sharma sir, please give your valuable talk.
Thank you, VP Singh Sahib. Uh, on the onset of, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
At the onset of my interaction, I would like to pay my sincere thanks to the Social Development Federation, uh, Dr. KL Singh ji, President of SDF, Dr. Rajneesh Sharma ji, Vice President of SDF, Shri BP Singh ji, Program Coordinator, and Dr. Anand Kumar ji, Webinar Convener, who invited me to have interaction to the LIS fraternity on the occasion of the National Librarians Day 2022, on the occasion of 113th birth anniversary of Padma Shri Dr. S. R. Ranganathan, is also known as the father of library science in India. Also, uh, the keynote speaker, Dr. Lily SEIFI, and all the audience who are listening me in this program. I I'm going to interact on the SR Ranganathan, combining library science to Indian values. Uh, so, during my interaction, I request all the participants or the LIS fraternity, if you have any query, any question, please put in the chat box or inform the organizers at the end of my interaction, uh, and I'm going to answer all of them. As you are aware, in the present context, the topic is very contemporary. We are celebrating the birth anniversary of Dr. Ranganathan, and I'm going to talk about, this is maybe my assumption, that Ranganathan is the first person who assimilated library science with Indian values. You may be agree or partly agree, but if you go through the books of the or writings of the Ranganathan, you will find lot of stanzas, mantras, hymns he took from the Vedas, Brahmana Granthas, Aranyakas, Upanishads, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, or Panchatantra, even Vidur Niti also. So lot of, you will find lot of shlokas, mantras, or stanzas from these places. As you are aware, ancient Indian value system had a series of new thoughts which can be considered as a milestone in the Indian history and civilization, and have value even today. They are universal in nature, or all the times you will find that these values are still contemporary, and in Indian ancient values are universal in nature, and they advocated the well-being of the world, whole universe, the nature, society, and human being. And ancient Indian values are still relevant and can act as a guideline or lighthouse to the librarians or the knowledge navigators. Knowledge navigators. Am I audible? To move safely, quickly, and economically in the ocean of knowledge. Am I audible? Okay. Ancient Indian sages sought to understand the complexity of life, competition, and the misery of the human mind, and gave its scientific as well as logical solutions. So I'm going to share my PPTs slides. मैं सुनाई दे रहा हूँ? Am I audible? स्लाइड दिखाई दे रही है कि नहीं? स्क्रीन दिख रही है? हाँ जी. Am I audible? Am I audible? Screen is visible or not? So my topic is S.R. Ranganathan combining library science with Indian values. A disclaimer भी है. The opinions are personal and not to be treated as legal opinion. So, Dr. S.R. Ranganathan enunciated, as you are aware, new laws, theories, canons, principles that paved the path to establish library and information science as a subject. His theories, principles, laws, canons, etc., are based on scientific principles. Therefore, they are accepted universally and are relevant even today. As you are aware, Ranganathan was very much aware about Indian values, Vedic literature, especially the Ramayana and a great epic Ramayana and traditions. Earlier, I told you that he quoted stanzas and sentences from Vedas, Brahmana Granthas, Upanishads, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Smriti literature, or philosophical books, etc. And if you go through the idea of Ranganathan, the basic question arises: why the laws of library information science are five, or fundamental categories are five? Why not six or four or seven? Is there any correlation between these five and in ancient Indian learning system or value system? I went through the literature, ancient literature, and I found that there is an importance of figure five in Indian culture, such as Panchagniya, Panchang, Panchamrita, Panchakosha, Panchagavya, Panchatattva, Panchaprana, Panchamahapataka, Panchavana, Panchavati, and the Pancha means five, and Tattva means elements or truth or reality, and these five core elements are Akash, space, Vayu, air, Jal, water, Agni, fire, and Prithvi, earth. And we think that whole universe is made by these five elements. So, is there any correlation between the fundamental categories or laws or these? But as you are aware, in the whole universe, everything is made up by these five elements in this universe, and it is also called Panchamabhuta in Ayurveda. So I think that if you go through the Indian literature, you will find that Panch Yagya, Dev Yagya, Brahma Yagya, Atiti Yagya, Baliveshu Dev Yagya. So there are five type of Yagya, and we the whole universe is made up by these five elements: Kshitijal, Pavak, Gagan, Samira. So maybe there is a impact of another ideas. The Is there any correlation between these five and the fundamental categories? Next example, I took the figure 108 and 1008. As you are aware, one figure 1008 has significant importance in ancient Indian learning system. Especially these numbers are considered spiritually very, very auspicious, and we chant the mantras in 100 times in a day of daily life, or we have the names of God, different kinds of God in 1008 108 names. So it is a very important figure, or spiritually very auspicious figure. So the Dr. Ranganathan also used the same figure in his work Library Classification, Fundamentals and Procedures. He published in 1944, and which is based on 1008 titles. 1008 principles of interpretation have been given in Nyaya Kosha. The Nyaya Kosha is an Indian philosophical book. So, if there were any conflict between issue, the Mimamsa principles were applied, and these principles were scientific and rational to resolve the issues. And Mimamsa by the Gemini before 600 BC. Dr. Ranganathan has also used the same figure 1008 in Principles of Interpretation in his book Prolegomena to Library Classification. Ranganathan has given 1008 facts to find in his book Reference Service. So the total number of principal Upanishad is also 108. So is there any correlation between the figure 108 or 1008 and Ranganathan is also used the same figure in the book's Reference Service or Prolegomena to Library Classification or in the Library Classification Fundamentals and Procedures. So is there any correlation? I think there is a correlation. And if you go through uh, the duties of LIS professionals, Ranganathan elaborated these in the book Documentation, Genesis and Development. Ranganathan was very much, you are aware, that's influenced by Indian traditions. He pointed out these various places. He quoted a stanza from Tetri Upanishad, Shiksha Valli, lesson 11, uh, or from the Yajurveda, and contains this a passage. If you so there is a Samavartan Sanskar. The student or the Shishya is going out from the Gurukul, and last Upadesha is given by the uh, Guru. And what is the Upadesh? It may be correlated with the relationship between the librarian or the library user, है ना? Library user. So what is the Atiti Devo Bhav? It says that uh, the guest user is your god or deity. So respect him. The user may be known, the other names also in the libraries, audience, maybe borrower, maybe buyer, client, and consumer, customer, patron, or maybe reader or user or visitor or people. And the libraries user must be given respect and take care of all his needs of the present and the anticipated future. So this is the stanza Atiti Devo Bhava. है ना? So Ranganathan, he took the idea from the Upanishad and he elaborated this idea in his book Ranganathan Documentation and Genesis. So in the Indian system, na tithi iti atithi. And etymology, if you go through the term, the etymology of atithi can be seen na tithi iti atithi. So who is arriving without appointment or any time. So library user is your Atiti. He can demand any resource or service from the library personnel. And the ultimate objective of any library to satisfy information needs of the user by means any method or any means or any process. Okay. Next is Yeshadya Dhyam. Serve him with all attention. है ना? Serve him with all attention. It reiterates that user should be given full attention by the library personnel, है ना? And create all products and services created or discovered or captured or digital or validated, shared, adapted, or maybe adopted or transferred or planned should be keeping the need of the user, not the comfort of the library personnel. So Sadhya Dhyam, serve him with all attention. Shriyadhyam. Shriyadhyam means to serve him to utmost capacity. Utmost capacity. Okay? But whatever resources you have, OPEC or web OPEC or FAQ or interlibrary loan or digital repositories, what kind of services you can give, you should give. And in the especially in ICT enabled, you may use the ICT enabled tools and techniques in this regard. Next is the Hriyadhyam. Hriyadhyam means serve him with all modesty, without any touch of ego. है ना? There is no ego or prestige. No. है ना? So you should have problem solving attitude and positive approach, analytical thinking, and interest in knowledge acquisition. So serve him with all modesty, without any touch of ego. मैं दे रहा हूँ. No. इधर नमम. It is not mine. You are not the only visitor or the user. You are the ultimate purpose of library. So serve him with all modesty, without any touch of ego. Okay. As you are aware, in the present days, all stakeholders of information knowledge are equal and participating in creating knowledge. It is not. It is no. It is horizontal. It is not vertical from top to bottom or bottom to top. It is all stakeholders are equal. It may be library personnel or user or any. So serve him without any ego or prestige. Next is Bhiya Deyam. It is from Upanishad. Bhiya Deyam. Serve him with sense of fear, lest anything should go wrong. You should have a fear that misinformation or disinformation can be passed. It can, okay, information can make or disinformation can mar. So, if you are circulating or providing any information, please go through it, and you should know the validity or currency of information. So, you should, as a LIS professional, you should have information and knowledge management skills, high performance, individual ability, है and knowledge of new techniques and methods, and you should have how to evaluate the information resources. Next is Bhiyadeyam, serve him with a sense of fearlessness. Okay, okay. Samvidadeyam, serve him with a full knowledge of his needs. So conduct time to time you should conduct user studies. The user studies will help you to understand the complexity of the questions. Okay. Next is the regarding the remuneration to LIS professionals. Ranganathan said that he took the stanza from the Panchatantram. Panchatantra, you are aware, it is a stories, and hetu pramana yuktam vakyam na shuyate daridrasya. He says that Ranganathan translated as the words of the poor, however beneficial, are seldom heard. So, library personnel should be given higher salary because they are the knowledge managers. They provide right information to the right reader at the right time in the right manner, and we are aware the these the developed societies which generates new knowledge and disseminate new knowledge or consume new knowledge. So the salary of librarians should be high. Ranganathan also quoted another stanza in support of LIS professionals' higher remuneration. It is from Bhartrihari. Bhartrihari Shatak, he took the Yasyasti Vittam, Sanara Kulina, Sa Pandita, Sa Shrutiman, Gunajya, Saeva Vakta, Sacha Darshaniya, Sarve Guna, Kanchan Mashayanti. Ranganathan translated in his book The Five Laws of Library Science as Ranganathan, he who has wealth is believed to have the blessed blood running in his veins. He is taken for a scholar. He passes for the most well informed. He is considered the most discriminate. His power of speech is praised as unequaled, and his figure is described as the most handsome. It is the gold is in possession that settle the quality of every one of his attributes. He also said that the LIS professional should be highly paid, and he supported his statement from the ancient books from Panchatantra or the Bhartrihari Yasyaste Vittam or Hetu Pramana Yuktam Vakyam Nashruyate Daridrasya. Next is importance of the karma. Ranganathan in the book Library from yeah, Five Laws of Library Science, he quoted a stanza from the Bhagavad Gita, uh, chapter 2, slok 47, Karmani Vadikaraste Ma Phalesu Kadachana Ma Karma Phal Heturbhu Ma Te Sangost Akarmani. So we have to work, we have to, and no desire of the fruits. So without any desire, without any respect, no, there is no need, and we don't want we don't want any respect or anything from the our readers. We have to work because Bhagavad Gita says karmani vadikaraste ma phalesu kadachana. You know, next, so at the end of my interaction, I am I audible or not? Should I? Okay. Okay. Am I audible? So in the present environment, है ना, as you are aware, the communication is horizontal, and all stakeholders are equally involved in the knowledge creation, exchange, or utilization. So in this, I quoted stanzas from the various texts, sacred books, Uh, and Ranganathan was very much influenced by these um, ideas or mantras from the ancient Indian learning system. At the end, I think that if you go through the national education policy, National Education Policy 2020 also emphasizes between the correlation ancient Indian knowledge and the present cutting edge technologies. So it is our duty how to synchronize these two streams, ancient Indian knowledge as well as present knowledge. And I request all the libraries, because 20 minutes assigned to me, I complete my task that Ranganathan was the first person who assimilated libraries information science with Indian values, culture, and knowledge. Thank you very much. Once again, I pay my sincere thanks to BP Singh ji, who invited me and given me this opportunity to have nice interaction with the LIS fraternity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir, Dr. Arvind Sharma, sir, for your valuable talk, and you have correlate with the library science and the Indian values, and definitely that informative talks will be benefited for the our speakers, our viewers, our researchers and students. Social Development Federation definitely very thankful to you for your valuable time, for giving us and present a nice lectures today on the occasion of the 130th birth anniversary of the Padma Shri Dr. S.R. Ranganathan sir. So On behalf of the Social Development Federation, once again, we have expressed our gratitude on this great occasion, that is the birth anniversary of Fathers of Library Science. With the thanks of all the participants, and we are who are viewing these programs on the YouTube channel. On behalf of the social developments, I am great thankful to all the viewers. And now, with the permission of the our program coordinator, Mr. BP Singh, today program end here. Very good evening to all. Thank you very much.